for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
All right, Yanks Nation, listen up. Our rotation situation is way worse than what's being reported. Our top two arms are out indefinitely, and the panic is real. But the front office has a plan B, a specific re-signing that is the only key to saving our season. I'm revealing who it is and why it's critical. Hit subscribe now so you don't miss this urgent breakdown. All right, Yanks Nation, listen up. This is Yankees Fan Central coming at you with the real info and the analysis you won't get anywhere else. It's October 31st, 2025, and what I'm hearing from my contacts and sources close to the organization is deeply concerning, and it's setting the stage for what's going to be a critical offseason for Brian Cashman and the Bronx Bombers. We all rolled into the 2025 season with sky-high expectations, especially for our starting rotation. The big splash, of course, was signing Max Fried. The plan was solid. Fried, paired with our ace, Gerrit Cole, and a healthy Carlos Rodon, was supposed to be the most dominant top three in the American League. This was the evil empire striking back full force, but baseball is a brutal game, and plans rarely survive first contact. The first shot, and it was a devastating one, came back in March. Gerrit Cole. The news of Tommy John surgery ended his 2025 season before it even started. At the time, the hope was a full return for opening day in 2026. However, the intel I'm getting now is much darker. Tommy John rehab is an arduous 12 to 18 month grind. Sources are telling me Cole's recovery is progressing, but the organization is bracing for the high probability that he misses at minimum the start of the 2026 season. That means we cannot count on our Cy Young winning ace to lead the rotation in April. That is a massive, gaping hole at the top, but the storm didn't stop there. As if losing Cole wasn't enough, the Carlos Rodon situation, which we all watched, the inconsistency, the physical issues finally hit its breaking point. Rodon recently underwent elbow surgery to remove loose bone chips and a bone spur. This is a serious procedure. While it ain't Tommy John, the recovery time is significant. Just like Cole, the latest word is that Rodon is also expected to be sidelined for a considerable stretch, and his availability for the start of the 2026 season is in serious jeopardy. So let's face facts, bleacher creatures. We are not talking about filling one rotation spot. We are talking about filling two. Max Fried can't pitch every 3 days. The depth we thought we had with guys like Clark Schmidt and Nestor Cortez now becomes our front line. The Pinstripers are in an extremely vulnerable position. The front office knows you can't win in the Bronx, especially in October, without quality pitching. The pressure on Cashman to find viable, durable solutions has just gone through the roof. The free agent market is going to be competitive, and the Yanks already shelled out big money for Fried and are still carrying Rodon's massive contract on the books. They need arms, they need reliability, and they need cost efficiency. And this is exactly where the back-channel conversations get interesting. With the pressing need for depth and reliability, one name being heavily discussed internally and one that insiders like Joel Sherman over at the Post have started pointing to as a logical necessity, is lefty Ryan Yarbrough. Yarbrough ain't an ace. He's not going to make anyone forget Gerrit Cole, but we have to be objective and strategic here, just like the front office has to be. Yarbrough is set to be a free agent this past season before he went down with his own injury, an unlucky right oblique strain back in June. He was exactly the kind of piece a championship team needs. He made starts when we needed him. He came out of the pen as an effective long reliever. He's what we call an innings eater, a guy who can give you 5 or 6 solid frames and save the bullpen. He proved he can pitch in New York. Sherman's analysis, and I'm in full agreement here, is that the Yankees need a bridge to get through the first few months of 2026. They cannot go shopping and spend another $200 million on another top-tier pitcher, not with the contracts they already have. The logic of re-signing Yarbrough is twofold, and it makes all the strategic sense in the world. First, the cost. He isn't going to command a long-term deal or an exorbitant annual value. He's an affordable solution. Second, and more importantly, his versatility. The Yanks can sign him to be their number 4 or number 5 starter on opening day. He can serve as a bulk guy or even an opener, eating up those vital innings that Cole and Rodon are supposed to be pitching. He stabilizes the rotation then, and this is the kicker, if and when Carlos Rodon, or eventually Cole later in the season, returns to the rotation, Yarbrough doesn't become a lost asset. He doesn't get disgruntled at the end of the bench. He slots right back into the bullpen, taking on that luxury swingman role, a versatile lefty who can make a spot start or throw multiple innings in relief. That kind of player is invaluable. In my analysis, letting Yarbrough walk would be malpractice. The Yankees have their backs against. So, Yanks Nation, I got to hear from you. Is re-signing Ryan Yarbrough the pragmatic, safe play the Yankees need to make? Or do you think the evil empire should ignore him and go big game hunting again, risking even more payroll? Drop those opinions in the comments. This is Yankees Fan Central. I get the info and I bring the analysis straight to you. For more exclusive inside news and deep dive analysis just like this, hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell. You are not going to want to miss what's coming this offseason.